Welcome back. We are covering number 14 of 25 ways social media can grow your business. There's no social distance in social media. And again, before we get going here on number 14, which is product sales, I want to encourage you to, again, click the positive feedback mechanism, whatever that is, on whatever platform you're listening or watching this on. I'd greatly appreciate it. Just lets the platform know that there's interest in what it is that we're talking about here and the community that we're growing. And then it also lets me know that it's appreciated as well. So, again, it's free to do, doesn't take too much time. And again, there's, just positive response from both myself and to the social platforms that we're viewing or listening to this on. So again, number 14 is product sales in this series. And again, just trying to, if you're a social media vet, this may not be for you, but if you've never really dipped your toe in terms of how to leverage social media to grow your business, I think it's important for you to do so. I think it's probably also more important than even having a website, right? And I know that many years ago now, website was the thing to have, and there's so many different iterations and forms of having a website. I think you should have a website still because it is an opportunity and a way for people to find you and find out more about you. But and you can do some great things with obviously with websites as well, from point of sales. But I think that what I want to challenge you to do, especially if you're more of a medium-sized enterprise, I want to encourage you to consider, and you don't have to be medium size either. You can be a small business. If you have multiple products, I think that you should think about social media differently than just your company. You can be XYZ company, but you can also have multiple products or services underneath that you may want to consider branding individually outside of your company on social media. So for instance, if you are, I don't know, you're a widget maker, right? And you have three different brands of widgets. You might want to actually consider having three social media platforms for each widget. That's a bad example because your widget may be very similar, but if you're a company that has different product lines that aren't just widgets, maybe you have widgets and, I don't know, pet rocks. And so that's the other, nothing, one has nothing to do with the other. So you don't necessarily even want to, have it all under one umbrella of your company, because two things. Number one, they're different in terms of the offering potentially, and there may be a reason that you have different products within your portfolio and services and sales. But again, I think that it's important for two reasons. Number one, it can stand alone, hopefully, right? And then number two, if you decide that you want to sell just a particular product line itself and remove that from your offering because you have a buyer that's only interested in that one, then you have that brand that you don't have to decentralize or debifurcate, to remove that from your branding there. So that's one consideration I think you should have if that's one of your end goals or exit strategies with your products in particular. You just want to end up selling them. But I think also it just gives people, you the opportunity to brand separately. Maybe it makes sense, maybe it doesn't, but it's one of those things where I just wanted to throw it out there and have you consider that instead of having it all under one umbrella. Maybe it's easier for you to service it that way as well. And then maybe if something, unfortunately, happens negatively to one of your brands and one of your products, it won't maybe necessarily impact your other one quite as, as harsh either, right? So just something to think about. You don't have to make a decision on it. You can try it. You may not have the capacity to have multiple, social media presences for each one of your products, and that's fine too. Or maybe you want to group them, by vertical or by line. So, but again, just something to think about. It's an option for you, and if you have not thought about it at all, that's just something to consider. Maybe you just start out and have it all under one umbrella, and then maybe you start, moving them over and separating them at a later date. Either way, I think it's important for you to have that presence for your, product lines. And again, next video is going to cover this more, but this should not be a substitute for an overall sales strategy. So, but we'll get in that in the next video. So again, do me a favor before we go, hit the positive feedback mechanism on whatever platform you're viewing or listening to this on. I greatly appreciate it. The platforms also lets them know that you is being watched and appreciated. So we'll talk to you at the next video.